What's up, YouTube? Mountain Song Outdoors here. Today's video is going to be about my bug out bag, oh shit kit as I like to call it, and what I got in it. So without further ado, we'll dive right into it.
So this is the pack that I'm using right now. It's a Teton Sports Scout 3400 is the model. I got this bag off of Amazon. I've been reading a lot of bug out bag sort of reviews and stuff like that, things people are using, and surprisingly this one was always on someone's list as far as something that's good for someone on a budget. It's got plenty of space, plenty of room, and a lot of compatibility to it. So I ended up going with this one. I paid like 70 bucks for it, shipped. It's 55 liters and you really can't go wrong, man. It's just a great pack. I also too wanted something that didn't look super tactical or super military. I just kind of wanted something that would blend in and just look like sort of an everyday pack. It is a little bit big, but just looks like a hiking bag. That's what it is. So without further ado, we'll go from there. The way I have it laid out is you got kind of your top pouch, which seals up the middle. I got stuff in there. In the middle, I got all my sort of utility pouches, med kits, things of that nature. On the sides, I keep, we got two pouches on the sides here. I keep ammo and mag in one. And then I got some flashlights, things like that in the other. And then in the bottom here is where I keep sort of my overnight stuff, quote unquote. Shelter, you know, something to cook in, to boil water in, extra cordage, fire. So in the top pouch is my food and water. This is really the only part that I'm neglecting here. I do have some food. I got about 10 of these bars in there, and I keep a camel pack in there. This one carries 2 liters of water. I do carry some bottled water and a Nalgene bottle in this bag, but I also have a gallon of water I carry all the time with me in my vehicle, so I can fill that up and we're good to go. It's not the best food source, but it's better than nothing.
All right, so on the side pouches of the bag, I try to keep everything that I want easy access to and stuff that I might want to grab while my pack's still on. I have a monocular. I feel like it's always good to have some sort of an optic. You can watch things from a distance, keep an eye on what's going on. They can come in handy for hunting. The list is just endless, but this is a Vortex monocular with a rangefinder. It's not the highest powered, best optic out there, but it gets the job done. Carry a Streamlight ProTac light. This is a 2AA light. It's got 3 modes. It's got a low, a high, and then the flash. Great light. It's AA batteries. I try to keep everything as far as flashlights and stuff like that goes, either AA or AAA. I have plenty of them. They're easy to get, easy to find. And then I have a little gear light headlamp just for, you know, if I'm doing tasks with my hands, don't want to have to worry about carrying a light in my mouth. That can be a bit of a pain, so it's always good to have a headlamp too. That's on that side. And then on the other side here, same style pouch, I carry some spare ammunition and spare magazine for my everyday carry. So there's that. And then, so you've seen the top, that's what's on the sides. Now on the inside of the main pack, I carry sort of all of my utility pouches, med kits, things of that nature. Alrighty, so when I open the main compartment, I got all my utility pouches and sort of utility equipment in there. First thing on top is a med kit. One side of this is trauma. The other side sort of more your day-to-day first aid kind of stuff. The pouch itself is a Condor pouch. I believe it's like the Ripaway EMT pouch, something like that. But Condor makes great pouches, bags, stuff like that. I've had a lot of luck with them. And you really can't go wrong. It's a huge pouch. It's got sort of 3 different compartments in it. The bigger side is more my trauma side. I just got a roll of bandage there. I got 2 Israeli bandages. I got a roll of med tape. I got 2 tourniquets. Got bleed stop and quick clot. I got 2 chest seals. And behind that, I got a bunch of non-stick pads. And that's sort of for more of the more serious kind of stuff, whether it be gunshot, vehicle accident, cut yourself with a knife or a hatchet, whatever it may be. And then on this side, this is more of my day-to-day first aid. So I got some Band-Aids, we got some eye drops, some antibiotic ointment, ibuprofen, some mucus relief, just for anything ever happens and you have a headache or a cold or whatever. It can sort of make your life a little more comfortable and easy. But a good med kit is pretty high up there on my list because this is what's going to keep you going if anything ever happens to you. Next up, in this pouch, this is sort of my more day-to-day pouch. This has, you know, hygiene stuff, spare batteries. So in the front pocket here, got some toilet paper and wet wipes, toothbrush, toothpaste, hand sanitizer. There's going to be that time where you're going to have to do your business, so I like to keep plenty of toilet paper, wipes. You know, you can wipe down, take a shower, whatever it may be. It'll comes in handy. And then in the rear pouch, the main compartment of this bag, I got a battery backup kit for my phone. This is a spare battery backup, which I can get about 2 charges on my iPhone. I got all different kinds of cords and attachments for it, so I can charge girlfriend's phone, any other piece of gear. It's a lifesaver. I have a bunch of spare batteries for my flashlights. We got survival blankets and hand warmers. Never know, there's a million different uses for them blankets. I carry a compass. I got a knife sharpener. Got one of these little utility sort of Boy Scout knives. Batteries. And that's pretty much it for this pouch. And under that, I have a shemagh. There's a million different uses for this. Shemaghs, handkerchiefs, anything of that nature, it's great to have. You can use it as a bandage. You can filter water through this. You can, you know, wrap your head up, stay warm. The list goes on and on and on. Then I just have this spare bag you can use if, you know, shit hits the fan, you need to get some groceries or whatever, or you're foraging for food, or stick a squirrel in there, whatever it may be. It's always good to have some sort of a spare bag. You never know when you might need it. You might stumble upon a case of water and want to grab some, whatever it may be. It's always good to have a spare bag. And I can attach that to the outside of my pack, which really comes in handy. And behind that, there's this little tablet pouch that I like to keep sort of my tools in. This is sort of my more tool. This is sort of the stuff on the larger scale. I do have a smaller tool pouch in the bag as well. But first off, it's always good to have a blade. This is the K-Bar fighting knife. It's basically a small Marine Corps knife. I got the Kydex sheet for that. This is a great little knife. This is like my all-time favorite fixed blade. It's just super comfortable, super easy to handle. And it's K-Bar, it's tough as nails. This is a Baco Laplander saw. Again, million uses. Cutting firewood, cutting thick rope, whatever it may be. It's always good to have a little saw with you. Life straw, it's a water filter. And then keep a nail puller in there. Prying, fixing vehicles, breaking glass, million different uses for this as well. It's always great to have some sort of a bar in your bag. And then right with that is my actual tool pouch itself. This is just one of them Husky bags you can get from the Home Depot. You get like 2 of them for $5. They work great. I got some bungee cords. Got 2 bungee cords because you just never know. Little pair of vice grips. Pair of pliers. pair of snips, and a little Phillips and flathead screwdriver. Just some basic stuff. You never know what you might need to fix, and a screwdriver or a pair of pliers always comes in handy. And on the other side of that, keep some zip ties, pen and pad, some Sharpie markers. So that's the toolkit. And last but not least, on the very bottom side of my pack, I got a fire kit. Again, this is another Condor pouch, and I have multiple ways to start fire. I have ferro rod, Bic lighters. This is a little hand sanitizer spray, multi-use, you know, but it's a great fire starter. And I got some water purification tablets, and I got some spare tinder in there, just in case you would need it. Convenience is everything. The easier I can get a fire going, the easier I can stay warm. So I'm gonna opt for a Bic lighter 7 days of the week. And if I gotta use some hand sanitizer or anything like that to get it going, I'm in. So that's my little fire kit. As far as the shelter goes, this is a Kalinko tarp. As you can see, it's got a ton of different attachments. It comes with tent stakes, plenty of cordage, so I could use it as a tarp, A-frame shelter. I mean, a million different uses for this, but if I gotta hunker down for the night, I'm gonna set that up and be good to go. And then I have a Stanley cook cup, just in case I need to boil some water, cook a meal, whatever it may be. It's good to have that. And I keep some spare cordage in there as well, ready. So this last section is kind of, all right, at the end of the road, not gonna make it home tonight. I'm gonna have to hunker down, and I at least wanna be a little comfortable doing it. And, you know, I wanna be able to make a fire, I wanna be able to cook, boil water, things of that nature, keep myself going. So that's where that comes in handy. And at the end of the day, that's it, man. I don't carry too much stuff. I'm sort of a firm believer in less is more when it comes to this kind of shit. But, so yeah, I don't necessarily have all the latest, greatest gadgets, gizmos. I don't have, you know, really that much stuff in here. It's kind of just basic necessities, things I would need to sort of hunker down for a night or two if whatever happened, I had to get out of somewhere. That's kind of how I set it up. I'm more or less worried about, okay, my car breaks down, I can't get a hold of anyone, and I got to start trekking it home. Maybe something happens at the home front, they're out and about, no one can come pick me up. I got to book it home, and I'm not going to make it there that night. So I want to be able to be comfortable and get to where I need to be with these resources that I have. And that's what this thing's set up for, man. I got food, I got water, I got shelter, I got fire, I got a weapon, I got tools. What more do you really need? So on that note, thanks so much for watching, folks. That's going to be a wrap on this video, and catch up with you next time.